Carter Froggett, Mason Manzavrakos. Carter Froggett, 2006 birthday, drafted to Windsor Spitfires this year. No, sorry, last year. Last year. And Carter's been a client of ours for, at least a couple of summers, 2 years straight. From Thorndale, Ontario, some awesome information about this guy. So during this segment is there's going to be a lot of players out there who are kind of down on themselves a lot of times because they don't get drafted or they played lower level hockey and they're like, you know what, I'm never going to make it. And so Mace, you know the story behind Carter playing minor hockey. Cart's where did you start playing minor hockey? Because this is going to blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Right?
So I started playing minor hockey in Tempsford. Yeah. They shut down, so I was not going to play hockey anymore. And
so what level was that?
So that was
there wasn't a level.
I don't even know. I think it was house.
There's no level.
There's no level there. Yeah,
There's parents playing and everything right out there.
There's nothing major. And then, so I was really big into hockey. I'm not hockey, baseball. And I was pretty good at that. I thought I wanted to do that. And then last minute, I said I wanted to play hockey again. So I went to St. Mary's.
So right now we're talking, what age are you? At this time?
Oh, 13.
13 years old. So were you playing hockey before 13?
Yeah, before 13.
Okay, so you just kept playing. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I was a player in Tempsford. I had my accident, and then I became a goalie right after that. And, yeah. Yeah,
so you went, it was a single A roughly, single A or lower?
Oh, St. Mary's would be BB. And then COVID year, I went to London Knights, double A. What is it? Double A? Yeah, double A. Yeah. And then my U16 year, I went to Elgin and made
Elgin, Triple A. Yeah, that was amazing. I remember walking in the door. I'm not sure. How did we connect anyway? Bill Dark?
Bill Dark.
Yeah, Bill Dark set you up, and Carter walks in the door, and this 6'4" monster walks in there and is like, okay, this is cool. So we know Michael Layton through Danny Savret, is your goalie coach in Windsor. And Michael Layton is an accredited goalie coach, obviously. But Carter walks in, and I'm like, okay, I got to test this guy. Because I remember Layton saying something about, his left leg's stronger than his right leg. So I'm like, all right, let's see this. Carter we get the broad jump tape measuring out, and he's 10 feet he jumps. This guy's never worked out. And I'm like... I'm sitting there and I'm going, wow. So, it's kind of right away when you get a guy that's got that kind of genetics, if you can teach him and he's teachable, coachable, you got something to work with, right? So Carter always works hard. I mean, the guy sweats more than anybody in the gym. Red furnace face, we call him when he's in there.
I definitely have a sweating problem.
Right? But yeah, so he's evolved and, really raw when he first, started. And I know Trevor Gallant was he your coach there?
Yeah, Trevor Gallant for Elgin.
Trevor was saying the same thing. He was just so athletic. His, things have changed since you started playing, right? In terms of your technique and what you've learned and but the story that kind of I want to start off with is when you actually flatlined on the table in the hospital. So I'd like to kind of if you could share that information with us, how did it all happen?
So when I was 7 I had a croup in me, so that's for when you're a baby you're supposed to have it. So I had it at an older age, which you're not supposed to have. So it closed my throat. And I was at the movies with my parents, with my brother. We were watching a movie. And I just said, I'm struggling to breathe to my mom. So my brother and my dad stayed. And me and my mom went home. Because, I was almost couldn't breathe.
At all?
No, it was bad.
Wow.
So we went home. I got into my PJs, went downstairs because I fully couldn't breathe anymore. And I told my mom I couldn't breathe and it just went black. So what I was told is my mom was rushing to the hospital.
So she drove you there?
Yeah, she drove me there, didn't call the ambulance because you don't know how long I have left. So my face was blue, gasping for air. My mom was just speeding down. And I was going through red lights, and then the police guy, she was had a whole police
entourage to the hospital.
Yeah, pretty much. And when I got there, I was vital signs absent, so I had no heartbeat. And they quickly got me onto the table. Couldn't really do anything. They were going to call my time of death. And then some nurse came in and poked me with something. I'm not sure what it was.
Probably an adrenaline.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so. And that's what got my heart start going. And they quickly got some tubes down my throat, which gave me a passage for air. And,
right. So they were closing up, the passageways were closed up?
Yeah,
and
my airways were closing.
Yeah, they were all closed up.
The adrenaline got me going, and tubes went down my throat.
Wow. And how long were you pronounced dead?
For 12 minutes, I think.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you didn't suffer from any
No, that's the crazy part. When I was in the coma, they thought I was non-responsive. They thought I was brain dead.
Right.
My reflexes, I was supposed to be brain dead, basically. And as soon as I woke up, it was kind of a miracle. Nothing was wrong, and yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah,
you woke up and you were.
I was fine.
You didn't have to go through any physio, anything like that. Nothing, eh?
No.
Wow, man, that's insane.
Yeah.
So you were in the hospital. Were you in there for the whole night? Did you stay there? Where they monitored you for another couple?
Oh,
of days?
I was they had me in a coma for 2 weeks, I think. And,
they did.
Yeah. So when they had me, got my heart going, they put me in the coma for 2 weeks. I was still out of it. They kept pumping me with drugs.
Yeah.
And apparently I was burning through them, and they called me the Hulk because Bruce Banner would burn through.
You're gonna have to get a tat of that on your back one of these days,
Yeah.
or something, right? If mom lets you.
Yeah, for my goalie helmet, I have the Children's Hospital logo
at
the back of my helmet. Yeah. Every helmet I get, that's
wow. So coma for 2 weeks. You come out of it, and obviously you're just a little slow going, probably just for a week, and then out.
Yeah, I could have went back to school as soon as I got out of the hospital, but my parents wanted me to take a break.
Took a break, and when you're saying a break, how long?
Just a week.
A week, and then you went back to school.
Then I went back to school.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Last year.
Yeah.
And
I'm the only child that arrived at Victoria's Hospital, vital signs absent, and made it out.
Only one.
Only one.
And this guy doesn't drink. He's a straight shooter. He's dialed in on everything that he does. And Carter, it's to hear that story, because I've heard it. You've told it to me, but not complete in depth. Just what we spoke about. But I still you probably appreciate life a lot more after something like that happens, right?
100%, yeah. I
I
have a lot of funny stories about being in the hospital. I don't remember anything because they pumped me with so many drugs. But when I passed out on the stairs and then I woke up 3 weeks later, and that's all I remember. But stories I was told were pretty.
Give us one of those. You got to give us one.
So there's one where I was out of it. I was I want a popsicle. Give me a popsicle. And I want chocolate, orange. So the nurse went to go get me a popsicle. I got a popsicle. They unwrapped it. They gave it to me. I'm not this one. And threw it right at the nurse.
Picky too, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So everybody was obviously, there to support your family, grandparents.
As soon as everyone heard,
right away.
Was there. I have family's really close. Every game, I have probably 10 family members out watching, supporting. Family's really important to me.
Yeah, for sure. I know that. I know it is. I know your family is very tight.
Oh yeah.
You guys do a lot of things together. Mom's Instagram's social media happy. I see that all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Dad's not so savvy with that, but he's in the background.
I would say my mom's the more outgoing.
Mom's Carter's agent. Right?
Yeah,
anytime I got to talk to Carter, I think I probably talked to your dad, Shane, twice.
Yeah,
the whole time.
My mom loves to be involved, and
my God,
she's awesome at it.
She
I
is.
really appreciate what she does.
She does, man. She cares, and I'm your mom's a night hawk. I'll be texting your mom are you awake? And I'll look at my phone and be because I hear it go off. Yeah. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And she's hey, Carter's got this going. What do you think that he should do? Just asking my advice, right? Yeah. A lot of times she'd ask me or Danny Savrat or whatever about, just some advice. We just give her.
She loves keeping in touch with
everyone. She does.
She loves building relationships, maintaining them. That's pretty
important.
Even in the hockey world and outside, relationships really do matter.
100%. 100%. You gotta, we talk about relationships in the change room. We talk about outside of hockey. You got to be a class act stand up guy, and and obviously you got to be a good athlete to make it too. But those are the kind of guys they're looking for in hockey today.
Yeah.
Going back to AAA, the year that you started playing, were you guys splitting time with the goalie that was over
it would be.
So
it was me and Brady Galbraith.
Yeah.
We would always just every other game. Yeah. I think everyone did that though.
What happened? How far did you guys go that year?
Second round we lost to London Knights.
Okay, so you made it to the second round. Team. Yeah. Was it? Did it go along in the series or no?
I think. We won one game. They won the rest.
They won the rest. Yeah. They had a good. That was the year
they won that year.
No, were you coaching then with them, Mace?
That was the year before.
Who was coaching Lennon then? Wasn't Sir Brad?
Yeah, it was Danny and Crowther.
Oh, okay, Rob Crowther, right? So did you get any So let's talk about your kind of your goalie instruction your first year playing AAA.
Yeah.
Did you guys have somebody coming out to the practices helping you guys out?
We would have Bill Dark come out sometimes, but mainly that we would be on our own.
Yeah. So a lot of it your first year, you kind of on your own.
Oh yeah, I have no
looking like
idea.
Dominic Hasek making those bad saves and stuff. Eh?
Yeah, I was just athletic, trying to make the saves, trying to get involved in the AAA world.
Yeah. I
had no idea what I was getting myself into.
So when did you start kind of getting going? I better start getting some instruction here.
I think that's when we came to you.
Yeah.
That's when we came to you and started working out. Went to Bill Dark, my goalie trainer, twice a week. Just getting more of that technical style down because I was just more athletic, trying to. Yeah, I was very, very new, and
And what have you learned, as a goaltender? Now you've had instruction the last couple of years, and what has changed in your game? What have you really tried to focus on?
Being the sixth player on the ice, I'm probably this last resort. I always talk to the defense, try telling them where everyone is, trying to make myself useful as much as I can. And
so being a bit vocal when they're out there, right? Hey, he's coming down the outside.
My U16 year, I would say I was super vocal. Once I got comfortable with the guys, I was I would not stop talking on the ice.
Is that common, Mace? The goalies, are they yelling? I didn't even know that. And I've been in National Hockey League working and that. I think
that's what probably got my attention was me being vocal and those athletic saves.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of goalies that year were very vocal, and scouts could quickly catch on to hearing me on the ice.
Yeah, that's good. And so what was it that when was the first instance that you were playing during the year that you started getting some attention? Was it right away? Was it in the middle of the year?
I would say I did really well against Windsor in the playoffs. So I got, I think, 3 shutouts in the playoffs.
So was it then they started talking to you? Or was it?
It was way back. I got my first interview was with Kitchener Rangers. That was very early, because I actually have another funny story. It was so they always have those showcases, and you have to put your email, your height, weight, and I was just going through the season doing me because I didn't really know what was going on. One of my buddies got an interview from the London Knights. I'm like, why am I not getting any attention?
Were you winning games? We were
a good team. I was doing pretty well off, and I'm like, I wonder why I'm not getting any attention. And I look at my email, never looked at it the whole entire hockey season.
That sounds like Mason.
Yeah.
Hey?
I just see all these teams trying to contact me to get interviews. My mom was so
what?
Mad.
Was this mid-season or later?
Yeah, mid-season. Mid-season was when I got most of my attention. And then playoffs I did pretty well off.
Yeah.
Against Windsor, I always played really well against Windsor.
And obviously, Billy would have pushed for you to go to Windsor. There's no question.
Bill Dark was pushing Windsor.
100%. But I remember that. I remember Mason was the same way. I'd be like, Are you sure nobody's getting a hold of you? Like, because they don't contact
Yeah.
the parents.
They contact you.
Right? So Central Scouting ranks you, but they have their own ranking system. I mean, I think they're pretty close where guys will go, but it doesn't always work out that way.
I didn't even know they had that.
Did you know you were on the Central Scouting list at all?
When we went to OHL Cup, I saw that was ranked, but
You didn't?
I didn't
Did you know
really-
where or no?
I think I was
Would have been around the same
Yeah.
round that you got
I
picked
think
in?
so. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Did you think that you were gonna?
I was top 3 goalie in the alliance.
At the
Like
time.
we had All Stars.
Yeah.
I got invited to that my first year.
So you made the All-Star
So I
team.
made the All Star team, and then COVID happened, and we never got to have that All Star
Oh yeah,
game.
you were in that COVID year.
Yeah, it was like
Second year.
it was second year. You remember it was all going back to normal, and then
Then it
that
stopped.
wave happened, and we were off for a month. That was when the All Star game.
Isn't that
was.
crazy? Like when COVID hit, because I train a lot of football guys too,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there and I'm going, football shut down,
Yeah,
but hockey kept going.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right? Only in Canada. Obviously, in the States, it'd probably be the exact opposite, right?
100%.
But college guys were wearing masks then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like they were playing with friggin' masks on.
I was up in Red Lake in the middle of nowhere while you were having your season down here, and then that COVID wave happened.
Yeah.
I drove back home. It was terrible.
And Mason started out with the Halifax Mooseheads, and then he ended up making the 25-man roster. But then there was no fans in the stands.
yeah, that sucks.
And they
That
were like,
sucks.
you know what? He had a great training camp. Should have stayed and whatever. But we were like, hey, listen, we still don't want to blow his scholarship opportunity. If
Yeah.
you're not going to give him a shot to play, we want to just get a release and then go.
yeah. Get out of
So
there.
and that team actually ended up going to they played in the finals in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League against the Ramparts this year. That team that you would have been on in Halifax.
No, not Halifax.
Yeah, Halifax played the Ramparts in the finals over on the Quebec side.
Oh, did they?
And then Quebec won and ended up being in the Memorial Cup. So all those guys that you would have been an overager there. You would have been an overager there, right? So anyway, but yeah, then he ended up, COVID hit, he ended up leaving Red Lake. He had to go to like, Bonneville picked him up in the AJHL.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of like moving around. And then he just got, he was getting
you
sick
went
and tired.
everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
That-
Yeah. Yeah. Because you had to go in quarantine.
Yeah, that's
Right? So that was all over when you went to Windsor's camp.
yeah.
Yeah. So Froggy goes to Windsor's camp the first year and like literally blows everybody out of the water. And
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
recall, I think you won you only had a game where you had a goal scored on you.
Yeah, we played 4 games, and every game besides one, I had a shutout. I let one
That's
goal
nuts.
into one.
That's nuts. And then this year, when you went, how did that go?
First game was 2 goals, and then 1, 2, and then a shutout.
1, 2, and a shutout. So you still had a good, like,
Yeah, it was
solid
still,
performance.
it was solid.
Yeah.
Not as good as my first year, but pretty solid.
So Windsor up until this point right now has played 9 games, lost 8. Froggy got called up for 1 game against Flint
Flint Firebirds.
and won it. Was it 5-3 or 5-2?
5-3.
5-3. They should have you back there right away, but you'll get your chance. Right now, the third goal, you're signed.
Yeah.
Carter Froggett just signed. Congratulations on that, Carter. That must have been a lot of relief, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like anyway? So Bill Bowler's the GM. He calls you up. Hey, let's get down here. We're going to sign you. Did it come from your agent?
So right at when camp ended, we had talks with everyone, and I had a talk with Bill Bowler, and he was like, "Can you go get your parents?" I'm like, "Oh," like that's just like my heart just sank.
You knew.
Like you
Yeah.
kind of know. Hopefully, like 99% of the time it was gonna be good. Like,
Yeah.
So I went to go get my parents. I told my parents, "Hey, can you come with me?" And my mom's face just dropped. Like she was like,
You started
she was
crying?
tearing up. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Should have
don't."
videotaped that.
Yeah.
So Bill just said,
We
hey,
brought
we
her
wanna
down.
sign
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, said we want to sign you. If you're willing to do that, we would want to get you in the exhibition game and get you in the exhibition game and see how you do and
Yeah.
go to London Nationals. And
Did you have any like college teams reach out to you at all? Like
in my
NCAA?
U16, I had 3 schools.
Really? Mm-hmm. So you contemplated that too, I would assume, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I'll. Obviously, NCAA is great, awesome.
For sure.
But I just dream's always been OHL.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think that's where I'll
That's where you're gonna go.
Yeah, I think so.
That's where you're gonna go. And now he currently plays for the London Nationals, and you know what? They're you guys just. I think you guys start preseason's done.
Preseason's done. We've had 4 games.
4 games.
4
now.
games.
So a big difference between minor midget and junior. I would assume it's.
Oh yeah, it was such a big jump. I was always
not minor midget, major midget.
Yeah,
major
midget, and everything just happened so fast. Went to camp, got signed, had my first OHL game just like that. Went to junior B, played all the game, like most of the preseason and majority of the games we've had now, and it's just such a big rush. Like I was signed with the Nats right after,
right away
before Windsor, but like everything just happened so fast,
so quick.
Yeah, so.
And the game, obviously, Mace, you played junior hockey too. Like it's you didn't play major midget. You went right into your 16-year-old year into Brantford, and they didn't have the best team at the time, but it's a lot faster, right?
It's night and day.
Yeah.
It takes quite a bit. It took me probably like 2 weeks to get into the flow of things, and then I was fine. But
yeah,
some guys don't get into the flow of it. They just go either try to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
What have you tried to, like, what's the biggest difference from major midget to junior B right now? Like, what have you tried to adapt to as a goaltender?
So just trying to adapt to like the shots, the speed. I think I've done pretty well with that. Just the new rules, intermissions each period, 20-minute periods.
It's a lot longer.
It's a lot longer process.
Yeah.
Have to be at the rink a lot before the game. Just adapting to the junior semi-professional for OHL.
Yeah.
Just adapting to that.
Well, it becomes your life.
Yeah, it becomes. Yeah. When I went to my exhibition game, I was there a week before, and just my whole week was just consumed of hockey.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I loved it, but it was all hockey,
and that's what it is, and that's why I think that when the season finishes and you play in the OHL, when you do make it to the OHL, you got to take a little break for a couple weeks and kind of cool it, right? Mm-hmm. You need to cool it because just go like, holy smokes, man! Like everything you do from the morning till night is hockey. Yeah. Right, and I think you gotta keep your grades up. That's another thing.
Yeah. Number one, you gotta love the game, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. It's just body gets tired sometimes.
It makes it easier to keep going because you love it. Once you stop loving it, then it's
that's you can see that with players right now.
Yeah.
You can see that their parents are forcing them to be doing.
Yeah, that's nuts because I know Jen wouldn't be that way. She's just like,
she told me to choose whatever I want.
100%.
Yeah, I could have gone baseball route.
So you were good in baseball.
I was pretty good. I didn't love it though. That's why I chose hockey. Slow. So slow. That's why I didn't love it.
That's the same thing with me.
Yeah. We took Mason out to baseball, and we were living in Prince Edward Island, and we paid like $140 for this 2-week camp. Yeah. And Mason was out in the outfield, and he has ADHD, right? He can't sit there and wait for anything to happen. And he's like, after the first day, he's like, I'm never playing that again.
I could tee off a ball so far, but I couldn't sit.
Yeah, I was pretty good at hitting, and I was mainly in the more action-based positions. Like I was first and catcher.
Were you playing competitive baseball?
Yeah, I was pretty competitive. It was it's kind of weird baseball because we were a single A, double A team, but we'd always went up to the triple A tournaments and league. We were really good.
It wasn't out of Thorndale, was it?
No, it was London Tecumseh's.
Okay.
And we would always go up because our team was really good, and we won OBAs. That's wow.
Play against the Badgers, maybe, or no, or
no,
or is it level below that? Maybe
I think a level below that, I don't really remember much because it was so long ago. But we won OBAs back to back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And then you just got into hockey more and more, and I think it was the same with him. I wanted him to be a football player, but we ended up in PEI. There was barely any football, so we ended up putting him in hockey.
There was only flag, but there was no real football.
No contact.
No, there was high school football, but there was no little levels below.
Is high school football in this area competitive?
Oh yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
Yeah, it's grown, man.
For what
It's
it is,
yeah,
Is
it's
it?
super
Not
super.
like it is in the States.
No, states are crazy about it.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, like last year, Laurier won the. I think they won like the championships
They
for
won it
the
all.
until like all of Canada.
Is that like Medway?
No,
Like
yeah, like
Medway
the same
league?
level.
Yeah, same level.
right? So they won it all last year.
Ofsa and Wassa.
Right, right. So it's good. I mean, you know, it's growing. It's getting better. There's a lot more guys getting involved into it.
I really wish I played football.
Oh yeah, you would have
My
been
great-
deadly.
I really wanted to, but my mom.
If you were to
My
play,
mom.
what position would you think you would want to play?
Simon always said I'd be pretty good at tight end or
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Because you got the big mitts,
Yeah.
eh? You catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. you-
Hand-eye coordination plus the size. He said like
it sucks, man, because when you're playing high-level hockey here in Canada, because we're so into our hockey,
oh yeah.
you just you're not allowed, or it's just it's too much, right? Like,
Yeah, it was way too much because
Like
I had like goalie training.
Oh, yeah, man,
I
you
did do a grade 10. Yeah, grade 10 was U16, right?
Yeah.
Grade 10.
Oh, you did play
I did play not football, a couple other sports because
rugby.
I played that's my brother. He
brother,
was a unit, but I played volleyball. Then I played basketball in the winter season, and then I finished off with baseball.
Right.
And I got the grade 10 athlete award,
Good for you. Yeah,
and
I
got
know.
drafted that same year.
Well, I remember last year you were like, you know, you were doing. I think you were doing javelin.
Yeah, I only did track and field because hockey was already done.
Right,
So
right.
I was like, rather just do something.
But I was, you know, getting back to it. It's like it sucks because you know I think a lot of kids, you know, should play at least up to major bantam, like
I
high
think
school
so. Mm-hmm.
hockey and stuff like that. But once minor midget comes, I think you got to shut it down,
Oh, 100%.
right? And
You gotta pick one.
yeah, but I think like high school hockey would be fun, but I think sometimes guys get a little bit too much in, man. They start playing volleyball, high school hockey. They do this, they do that, and it's
I
like
feel like it's not as intense high school hockey.
No.
So like it's kind of sloppy, and I feel like I don't do as well in sloppy
that's exactly
situations.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and then it's gonna like bring
Take your level
mental.
down.
Yeah, it's gonna bring your
Oh, it
level
does,
down.
for sure.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does, 100%.
Yeah.
Whatever you surround your environment, when that's friends, like sports teams, anything, like you go down with that.
Yeah.
Well, if you ask any guy that you know has played a high level, like I know a couple buddies that are good golfers, and you're like, hey, as soon as he plays with guys like us, where I suck, his level comes down, and
No.
it's like I've done it, you've done it, Mason's done it. So yeah, I mean, I think that in today's game, you got to be tuned in. It's so fast.
Yeah.
There's young guys that are really good. Like you must be seeing, you know, even in junior B, you're going, holy shit, that guy's only like a, you know, 2007 or 2008. And you're
That's what I
like,
said when I first
wow.
seen Ryan Ruber.
yeah,
He's
He's with the
crazy.
NHL guys I was still playing, and he came and come.
Oh, the Servette League
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
he's
NHL guys, he was
Yeah.
crazy.
And all of a sudden, he's like, doesn't look like he's an 07, but when
No.
I seen his
He
face,
keeps up and like
when I seen
actually.
his face, I'm like, that's a baby right there.
yeah,
And I was like,
big baby
I was
face,
like,
eh?
Danny, who's that? And he's like,
Yeah.
he's the up and coming stud. And I was like,
And
he
Carter,
just goes and scores 8 goals out there. I'm like,
oh, I know. And
I was
Carter,
out there with them.
And Carter and Ryan and Dylan have created a good friendship up at the gym. Like these guys are buddies. They're always on each other in the gym. It's
Bill
hilarious.
Dark skates, too.
Super. Oh yeah, Bill Dark skates. Super competitive, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then you got Richard Rubrick, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of like takes
Love
those.
Richard.
Oh yeah, yeah. They go. Those guys hop into a car that's like the size of this table.
Yeah, clown
They
car.
drive around all day, right? Go to the gym. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to shoot pucks. Where are you going? I'm going to shoot pucks. Oh, I'm going to skate. I'm going to shoot pucks. Like they're obsessed with it, and I think that's what makes them so good. But I think also too, Frog, you've learned now, like after a year of, you know, training and playing, you're like, holy shit! Like I got to get my sleep. I got to do my homework. I got to train. I got to do my practice with my team at a high level every time you do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Right? Like, you know, I see guys kind of come into the gym sometimes and they're like, oh, like I'm like, look, it's a grind. It is.
Yeah.
But you got to find time for that kind of stuff. Otherwise, somebody else is out there doing that.
will do it.
Oh,
that
that
will
will
do
do
it.
it.
Right?
Getting in a routine is so important.
It is. It is.
When I started summer, when I took that break to go to Mexico with my family.
Remember when you came back?
I hated it. I was, 20 pounds overweight?
I couldn't believe it. But you know what killed me is you came back from that trip, and I think you needed it. I still think you
I
needed it.
needed it. It's just I also
too
hated
long.
it at the same time.
Too long. Yeah. You came back and you were like, all of a sudden Froggy's like, oh my God, I'm jumping 8 feet 7 inches. I've dropped like a foot and a half. But in 2 weeks, you lost the weight, and you put like it was 2 weeks. So
getting in the routine was so helpful. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, and it helps. Like I mean, tell us kind of like your routine when you go to the rink. What do you do to prep for a game from when you get to the rink till you start?
Okay. So recently with the new schedules, you have to be 2 hours early. So
Really?
I show up. 2 hours early. Show up 2 hours early. I get into my same dry fit underpant, long tights. Tights. Long sleeve shirt. Don't go with the boys to play sewer. I do my own thing when I'm playing. When I'm not playing, I go play sewer. When I'm playing, I go first. I get warm everything up. That's either a bike, skipping rope, and just going for a light jog.
Yeah.
Just depending what they have. And then I go stretch because everything's heated up. Go stretch, and then after that I go tape my stick, go focus, go on the ice, and then go do some hand-eye coordination. That usually goes around near warm up. Right, so 15 minutes I have to get dressed.
So this has been going on. See, when you get to the rink, you're basically doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm alone.
Almost an hour.
Yeah, hours straight. I'm on my own. Drink a lot of water. I feel like.
So you're sweating. You got a good sweat going. Yeah, we know you're sweating.
My sweat issue is crazy.
But see it like we're talking about if you talk about being ready as an athlete, do you not feel like when you're warm when
you have a routine and you're warmed up, you know that it just mentally helps you. You're in. Once you're just dry, not doing anything, hanging out with the guys. I love doing that, but when it's game time, you have to be dialed in, get your headphones on, do your routine that makes you just prepared. That goes back to not even on the ice, being mentally prepared, eating the right stuff. I just started getting into a superstition meal every time.
Yeah. What's your superstition meal? Don't say Skittles.
No. It's salmon. So I got salmon and pasta Alfredo with the cauliflower on the side.
Yeah, a little bit of veggies in there too.
And then just water or Gatorade. I love my Gatorade Zeros.
So your Gatorade Zero, you would sip on it a little bit during the game, or you would do it after?
I have white Gatorade in between
second and third.
Yeah,
between second and third. And do you take any other supplements at all? Are you on anything?
Only the supplements you've told me. I take Omeglas, so that's fish oils. I take that athlete pill.
Yeah.
I don't do creatine anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have to drink a lot of water to maintain.
You got to drink a lot of water.
You get really tired really easily. When I was taking creatine, I was just gassed. So
it's not for everybody.
No, I can't do it.
Some people respond really well to it, but it doesn't mean that everybody's going to respond well to it, right?
Yeah.
So I think too, it's an aerobic sport, and it's primarily used for anaerobic.
Especially for me, for sweating so much, the creatine, I have to drink a bottle every.
Were you ever cramping up with it at all, or no?
No, just tired.
Just tired.
Very tired.
Yeah. You would notice.
I put on a lot of weight though when I took it.
Oh yeah.
That's when I started. I was with you. I was 160 pounds, and I went up straight to 200 pounds.
Yeah, in 1 week.
In 1 week. Yeah, my food situation. I love my food. So food's
you eat a lot of food, right? You eat a lot of good food. Give me an example of your you wake up in the morning. What do you have for breakfast?
My mom makes me my breakfast.
So she does it every day.
Yeah, she does it every day. She's awesome. Yeah, she makes me 2 over easy eggs with mini hash browns. I love those mini hash browns when they're crispy.
Any bacon? Or
I go P-mail bacon.
P-mail bacon, good.
Should I do any other bacon, or is P-mail probably?
It doesn't matter. P-mail's probably got the most meat.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Less fat and meat.
That's why I like it.
Right?
It's leaner.
Hash brown, not hash browns.
Toast.
What is it called?
You got hash browns.
You put on. It's like a You put it in a McMuffin. It's like the bread.
Oh, like an egg McMuffin.
Yeah,
English
English muffin. There we go.
Those
I
are
have
good
English
too.
muffins, yeah. And then I have a smoothie that I drink every day.
So you go breakfast first. Do you drink the smoothie between lunch?
No, I drink it with my breakfast.
Okay, so you drink it with your breakfast, and then lunchtime. Like, do you have a good lunch?
Yeah, because I have a fourth period spare now. I come home.
So you're done at 12:15.
12:15 every day. So
What would you have when you went home? Is it laid out for you, or do you
usually, late. It's usually laid out. My mom makes prep meals, which is nice.
She's a machine.
Oh, she's crazy.
Man, I watch my wife the same
She's
way.
like,
Very fortunate when that happens.
oh,
Right?
I don't appreciate it enough.
Because I know she works a lot too, right?
Oh yeah.
Like she puts a lot of hours in. So lunchtime, what would it be? Like you'd have chicken, potatoes,
Chicken, rice.
Yeah.
I had a lot of steak in the summer.
Yeah.
Steak and potatoes.
Veggies.
I love my gnocchi. Am I saying that right? The gnocchis.
Gnocchi. Whatever that is, the potato.
It's
the
like
potato
I love
pasta.
'em. People don't like them, but I love
My
them.
girlfriend made me gnocchi and
Pasta?
chicken Alfredo soup, and I was like,
So
Is it good? Is it crazy that it's
So
potato and it tastes like pasta?
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
texture.
Yeah, it's the texture.
It's
Yeah, I
like
love it.
squishy in your mouth.
Plus, when you get like butter on it, cheese on it, it's so good.
And then so you know, let's say you're practicing at what time do you guys practice at 3?
Yeah, 3:15.
Did you have something else again before you practice, or you wait
No,
till
I would have
after?
my lunch, and then
Right, because you don't like
dinner.
going to practice with a heavy
No,
stomach.
it's
Nobody does.
I don't like doing that.
No.
How
So-
many hours before your game do you eat?
3 hours, I
Since
think.
you're going 2 hours, so an hour before you leave.
So 3 hours before I leave. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
3 hours before you play.
That's what I meant. Yeah, 3 hours.
I don't know
3
about,
to 4 hours.
about you guys, but do you guys like I used to like playing almost like on an empty stomach.
I like empty.
I don't like
Not like empty, but like
That's why I
Feeling
eat
lighter.
before, like 4 hours before.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you don't feel it, but you're like
Yeah,
you know that
you're-
good. Mentally, you know that
yeah.
you're good.
You know that you could eat again, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like it's that feeling where you're like, I just find like if some guys, I don't know how they do it. They eat so close to the game, and you know they eat a lot of pasta like close to the game, and you're like, you guys know what it feels like. You eat a bunch of pasta before the game.
I did it before my practice yesterday. I had a Chipotle bowl. I was sluggish.
Yeah, I know, and you know it's like, and I know that it's pretty healthy, but nothing like what mom makes at home.
No, she
Right?
makes everything.
Yeah,
good.
and then when you come home, when you finish practice, protein shake, supper.
I would have a protein shake with my lunch,
Yep.
and then supper. I would just
You
have
eat like a
dinner.
good dinner, and then would you
Oh,
eat one
dinner's
more?
always good.
Would
Love
you eat
my
one more
dinners.
time again after that?
No.
That's it. You shut it down. So you shut it down at like
usually-
what 7, 6, 7?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, good for you. Perry did the same thing.
yeah.
That's when when I came back from vacation.
Yeah.
I fast.
Boom,
like,
you right away.
it helped me take off.
Yeah,
the
because
fat.
we did I think did we try a fast diet with
Yeah,
you
we
one
did.
time?
We
You
did.
know?
I would have like a
12-hour window.
16.
yeah.
Eight
I would have
almost,
like a
yeah.
protein shake before coming to you, and then I could eat whatever from
Yeah.
11 to 7, and then I would wait.
Until 11 the next day, 12 hours.
Man.
I hated it at the start, and then I like got used to it. And I'm like, I feel
Dude, like
So
I know
good.
George St. Pierre does. He's still intermittent fasts. I know he's not competing anymore, but he did actually before he fought Michael Bisping. He was intermittent fasting, but you know, you increase your testosterone level. You actually adapt to that diet, and you start going, wow, like because you're starting to get hungry around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You see it coming on, and you know you have to wait. But if you just train your body like that, it can work
100%. It just gets used to it.
100%. But
Another important thing is sleep.
sleep.
So important.
So what time do you go to bed at? Like at night, like 10?
I would go in my bed around 10 and then probably go on my phone
Yeah.
for a bit and then go to bed. But I recently got blue light glasses, and my sleep yesterday was phenomenal.
Does it work?
It works. I do it 3 hours before I go to bed,
Yeah.
and then 30 minutes I would put every blue light away, like my phone, and just kind of just read a book. I read a book yesterday.
So the blue light glasses.
It helps so much.
So do you know anything about them?
It like just doesn't let like
Yeah,
Oh,
so
the-
like
the- from
just
the
for
camera,
that the
from-
camera
right,
cameras
yeah,
like your phone
yeah.
everything your TV projects blue light
Yeah.
Really?
It's bad for your eyes.
and it's very bad for your eyes.
I gotta try that.
I got some nice looking one.
Yeah.
2 pairs. You can have
Yeah, give me a pair. I'll take it right now.
Yeah, they're nice.
Thanks.
I got a nice pair. Did that yesterday. Put them on 3 hours before I usually go to bed, and then put my phone away 30 minutes before I want to go to bed. Read a book, and like I had probably deep sleep probably the whole night.
You know, and I know that if you sit there on that phone, because I'm on it a lot too, right?
Oh, I go till like 12, 1 o'clock.
And you're sometimes you sit there and you go, it's 1 o'clock and I can't even sleep.
Yeah,
And you're still on it.
I have the same routine all the time. I just put the deep sleep ring on the Apple Music store.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the music?
Have you tried that?
I tried that
It's got
once.
to be the certain exact playlist, and it goes through for hours and hours, and it just like I'm in like the jungle in the forest, with lightning and rain.
Yeah.
I just like I don't know.
Do you know what lucid dreaming is?
Yeah.
No, it's like so you control your dreams. Like you know that you're in a dream, and then you get to control your dream.
I do that.
You do that?
Do it. Yeah.
Too,
Yeah.
I
You
have
do it?
I've had dreams that I can remember and like know what I'm doing, but I don't actually think of doing that thing. You know what I mean? It's
Like, you mean in the dream?
like I'm
right?
going through the dream,
Yeah.
but I don't actually physically or like mentally like pick up a chip. Oh
No, a chip.
Pick
and
up a
make it go
chip and
flying.
eat it.
Matrix.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I like in my dreams sometimes, like I can't control everything, but it's weird. It's like you're like, let's say you're, I'd have some scary dreams sometimes. It's crazy. Like I don't know if you guys
you have
get-
night terrors.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
not as much as I used to, but I
only
did.
have night terrors.
I used to sleepwalk.
I don't
all the
like that
time.
shit.
I used to talk in my sleep. I'm like, someone's possessed me. That's what I like
So you
when I
would
go to
walk
hotels.
around sleeping?
No, not
sleepwalking.
anymore. Not anymore.
But you did.
Like when I was younger and we went to hotels for hockey tournaments or baseball tournaments, and my brother is sleeping next to me because my parents
Yeah,
are in the
yeah.
other bed. He would just say that I'm like speaking gibberish, like some Satan stuff.
That's him?
I would sit up in my sleep too and like look around and like say this weird stuff.
You know what? We used to, when he was younger, like I'd say 11, 12, 13, we'd hear him coming up from the basement to the kitchen talking. And I thought he was saying something to us. So I'd like go down. I'm just about to go down the stairs to go see him. Like I'm sitting there and going, what the hell is he talking about? And he was saying stuff, and then he wasn't awake. He
What
was still
happens
sleeping.
if you wake them up? Is that where you get night terrors from?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
No, it's like you can get like stuck in the dream or something like that. Like
No.
like you don't wake up. Like
If you wake someone up from a
'cause
sleepwalk?
their nervous system's completely like shut off, and then you like get some alarm going off right beside them, but they can't get out of the dream.
Oh, that would be so
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. You guys ever had one of those dreams where you're like,
You can't.
you're
sleep.
trying to get out of it and you can't?
Listen to this one. Last night, worst dream
Ever.
by far, not ever, but like worst situation.
Yeah.
It was like I was along this skyscraper, like climbing the outside, slip and fall. As I'm falling, I'm trying to grab onto anything that's there.
Oh, man.
But it's like a fenced wall, so it's like one of those like jungle gyms.
Yeah.
So I like finally catch on, and then all of a sudden I'm like in a prison yard. And I'm like climbing
is
over
going
top
on?
of the fence. I get stuck on the barbed wire. Prison guard comes and shoots me twice. I thought I was gonna wake up at that point. Didn't.
So you knew you
I
were
was
sleeping?
Yeah.
Dreaming?
As I got shot, I knew I was shot, but I wasn't feeling anything. Started to control the dream where I crawl through the barbed wire, finally get over, take myself to the hospital through this weird
Jesus.
prison area,
Oh my
and
God.
I like got surgery. Like I took myself there. It was the weirdest thing like ever.
What about you, Frog? You ever get weird ones?
No, but I've had this one when I was younger. I watched a scary. I think it was Freddy Krueger versus
Yeah, oh my
Jason.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
so scared. So when I went to go to bed, I just couldn't sleep. Like my body wouldn't move because I think Freddy or
yeah.
what is it? Sleep
I remember that too.
What's it called?
Paralysis.
Yeah, I've had that.
It was so scary.
No shit. Yeah, I remember.
I
Listen,
couldn't move my body. Like it's same position, just head up. I'm like,
when those movies came out, I remember because I was younger, and you guys probably a little bit, was that's weird that you'd watch that because it's an old movie.
I think I
Did
was
they
like,
play? Did they remake them?
Yeah.
They remade one.
But you'd like
You play that game? Friday 13th?
I did a bit.
Yeah.
yeah, some weird shit, man. That's I don't know. I don't like it. Some of these dreams that I have, but it's like I feel like I'm like someone's chasing me or someone's coming after
So
me.
you guys have scary dreams.
Yeah. I don't like
lot.
it. Yeah.
Like abnormally.
Yeah.
I have
wonder
like deja vu dreams.
So
Like, I just go through
you've
my-
seen something happen and you're sleeping, you've seen in your dream and you see it happen, you're
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
eh?
that's what I have.
Yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with, a neural guy, just kind of like find out how that all works.
Yeah.
and
That's the thing
someone's
about
brain.
relationships and like what we were talking about, how to like that golf thing, the guy who would go like drop his level because
Yeah,
you guys are
yeah.
so
Yeah, because we're
crappy.
shit. Yeah.
Just talking to that guy would probably be super cool to learn about
Yeah.
sleep.
We had a guy that was working with Mason. His name was Charles Fitzpatrick, and he's a sports psychologist. He was good, man. He really helped Mason, but it had nothing to do with his dreams. It was just his gameplay. But have you ever thought about? Because I thought your mom mentioned something to me last summer. Like, do you know anybody who does it? I gave her the name. Did she reach out
think
to
I
him?
did do that.
Did you do it? He works
Was
for
it?
a lot of
It was a
London Knights
guy.
guys,
It's a
pro
London.
guys.
Yeah, I did
Yes.
that. I did that once. What's it? What was it?
Charles Fitzpatrick. It's
I know. What does he do?
he's a sports
A
psychologist.
mental coach. Mental coach. Yeah. I did that.
I mean, listen. I think it's a great thing, but it's not for everybody.
No.
Did you think that would have helped you, or do you think that you
That
didn't
one
need-
conversation I had with him, the one time, it helped a lot, and then I
and that's
didn't
it. You
think
just
I
didn't
needed
want to
it.
do.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to do it.
Same
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and that's a preference thing.
just having someone to speak, like talk
Yeah.
to.
Sometimes it only takes
Yeah.
one time to just let
Yeah.
everything out.
Who do you go to when you? Who's your
I
go-to?
had such a slump. Like summer, I wasn't doing that well at a period of time, and like my working out, like I was overweight. It was like near that time I got back from vacation. I was so
You were
mental-
pissed about that. I
I
know
was
you were.
so
Yeah,
pissed.
you were pissed.
I wasn't performing well on the ice. I'm like, how am I going to camp like this? And I got to talk to this guy, and he helped me, and everything was history.
Better.
Yeah,
You know,
better.
and it's like, you sit there and you go, like, that's great that you just said that. And I hope lots of people heard this, because I'm like going, you have to be your body. Like, I know from the Olympic figure skaters that we have, they're so dialed in. Their rest times, they have rest periods, short ones, and then they get back into it again. But it's like, you can be in top shape and in 2 weeks be out of shape if you stop.
100. Isn't it 2 weeks you start losing.
You start
Muscle?
losing muscle.
Yeah.
You start losing, your motor patterns aren't the same in your like in your training, like when you're lifting, like your strength endurance leaves, and
You have to be consistent.
you got to be consistent.
Consistency
But
is key.
you also need to know when your body's had enough.
But you still need to go through the motions at that point.
You do, and Christina was like, she's kind of the opposite of, like, you have this big warm up you do before
Mm-hmm.
you play. Mason was not that guy. There's, everybody's got their own way of doing it.
No warm out.
Really?
No.
I love to just hop right.
That's what I used to do, and then I was told not to do that.
No, but do you,
Yeah, you look.
no,
yeah.
but do you like it better that you're doing it now?
It's more mental. It's not even
Yeah,
physical.
yeah,
it's more
yeah, it's
mental,
mental.
knowing that I've done everything that
you get used
to
to
prepare myself for this game, and then you get
100%.
used to it.
Yeah. And so did you end up staying with the billet down there in Windsor when you were?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Were they nice people?
Oh,
Good?
loved
Yeah.
them.
What did they do? They were just like regular, they worked the regular jobs. and-
Oh, they were both retired.
yeah. I was talking to Richard Rubrick, and so Ryan's staying at a guy's house right now. Like, that's his billet. There's two players there.
He's far from the rink, isn't he?
It's far from the rink, but listen, this guy owns a steel company, and he's like a multi-millionaire. He has a 3,000 square foot basement room.
Is this who Dylan had?
I
Or
don't
is
know if
this a
Dylan
different
had
guy?
this. I don't know if this. I don't know. I never asked Dylan.
I heard Dylan had a really good guy.
Guy like that. 3,000 square feet, but you've been in my kitchen downstairs. It's decent
Oh,
size.
it's good.
It's like 400 square feet. So imagine 3,000.
So this
square
guy's
feet.
well off.
Yeah. So they have their own rooms. They got like multiple TVs downstairs. I didn't ask who did their laundry or anything like that, but hopefully Ryan, because listen, these guys are eating like peanut butter sandwiches and the odd,
Yeah.
pizza at home or whatever. They don't eat like we do, which is incredible for how
Rupert's?
good they are. Not saying that they don't eat
Properly.
properly, But
It's hard.
It
Eating
is
is
hard.
hard.
It is hard. And then Richard's a busy guy. His wife's busy. So, sometimes the kids have to fend for themselves. But hopefully where he's at, he's going to learn now, like, hey, I got to eat this. I got to do this.
You kind of have no choice.
I was going to say you kind of have no choice. Like,
No choice.
you're consumed of hockey. That's everything.
Yeah, you can't go, like, I always tell these young guys coming to the gym, I'm like, listen, if you're going from hockey to me and then back home, that could be a period of 5 hours that you haven't been eating.
Bring
Just
a protein or shake or
Yeah,
something.
bring something with you, some fruit, something, right?
That's what's great about you guys. You have water bottles and stuff.
At least we have water bottles. We put some secret stuff in there if someone's really hungry. I know. Sometimes I look at a guy and I feel bad for him. Like, hey, come over here and eat my supper for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can have this, right?
I got a cooler, which now I bring everywhere.
Carry it
me.
with you.
It's
What do you put in
it.
there? Like some snacks and stuff.
I
like
love
that.
fluids. Like I always bring protein shakes, Gatorade, water,
Gatorades, water.
and then I would bring some food. Like during the summer, I would bring my mom's prep meals.
She would,
everywhere.
so everywhere. So you just had did you like you'd have to heat them up somewhere?
Sometimes you don't need to heat them up, and you can heat them up.
Yeah, like Mace here, you've been doing that for years.
Yeah, you guys bring.
Massive
So you guys
amounts of
bring
food.
like 10.
Massive amounts of food.
I'd
Yeah, you're a
going to the
monster.
beach during the summer, so I put like a cooler probably like this big.
Yeah.
Just like 4 or 5 meals, just like because in the summer I'm gone all day. I'm not even home.
No, we're working from morning.
You're
till night,
telling
right?
me you're like when you were bulking or like getting lots of mass. You were telling me you were eating.
Well, we have a client of ours, Austin Breckelman's dad owns Briex. That's the hat I'm wearing here right now. But same thing, mom helps him out with everything, has everything prepared, and like
Having parents like that is a
100%.
change.
But I think you know what? If you got a hockey player as a kid, or you got a football player as a kid, and you're a parent, you gotta there is no way, even me at a young age, that I'm going to be thinking about trying to grab something to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not the first thing on your mind.
No. And then when you see those guys who perform really well, and you're like, oh, this guy.
It brings you to the next level.
Brings you to the next
those
level.
small things.
Yeah.
But they're the most easy thing to forget too.
100%. Like think about it. You use your muscles to perform.
Yeah.
So if you don't eat enough food and you're in a deficit, you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel weaker. You're not going to. Now that you've been doing this, you probably go. If you stop doing it for a day or two, you'll be like, holy shit, I actually
you can feel it.
You
yeah.
can feel it, right?
I've noticed drinking water. Drinking water has helped me a lot. Like drinking a lot
Staying
of water,
hydrated. Yeah.
changes.
You're
80%, 90%
Yeah.
out of water?
Yeah.
But if you go, this is like a test. If you drink water before you go to bed, obviously you're going to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
But if you drink a full water bottle and you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel normal.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't drink anything between, like, say you go to bed at 10 o'clock, you don't drink anything from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
you wake up the next morning, your muscles have no nutrition.
Oh, yeah.
They're just empty.
Yeah.
They're completely drained.
Yeah.
So you feel like you fast in the morning as well, you go to the gym,
Yeah.
you're starting to work out, you're just finding like you have nothing. Like
Yeah.
you're hitting walls all the time. And
That's what I felt like I could only do is drink before going to your workouts.
You
in the
always,
summer.
I did notice that, and when
I've
you
done what?
massive,
that massive water bottle.
like you could friggin' drink like you
It
mentioned,
was like 3
Gatorades,
liters.
everything.
Yeah.
So you drink about
I drink a lot.
3 to
of
4
liquids.
liters of water a day, I bet.
Yeah. Plus the Gatorades and BioSteel.
Yeah, and that's hard. Like a lot of guys, like really, if you think about it, to drink 3 or 4 of these a day shouldn't be that hard. But people make it hard for themselves.
I feel like eating is way harder than drinking.
Yeah, eating is hard too. Eating
Yeah.
is hard for some athletes. Like eating has never been hard for me. It's never been hard for you. Was it ever hard for you or no?
Eating, I wouldn't say it's hard for. I love food.
Yeah, but I
people don't like food.
Yeah.
Like some people are just so hard to get into a pattern of you wanting to eat.
Yeah.
They just want to fall off of it so easily.
They want to cheat. cheat meals.
And you know us, Froggy. We're like kind of gym Nazi guys. We're all over guys. Hey, where are you? Where are you coming in?
yeah.
Right, but we I watch guys come in, and I'm like going, man, what did you eat today? And I'll ask him, and I'll go,
Oh, you can tell.
you can tell. I can see they're dehydrated, and I'm going, dude, you're starving right now, and they don't say anything. Like, just pack a cooler and put some stuff in there, even if it's not the right stuff.
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah, you
right?
need something.
Yeah,
You
if
need
you're
something.
burning, 5,000 calories a day and you're not like taking in 5,000 calories, you're going to start having muscle atrophy happen, right?
It's crazy how when I started going to you, I gained 40 pounds,
Isn't that crazy?
50 pounds.
In,
Like
like,
I
2 years.
so fast too.
Like that is like you're obviously you're a big guy. You're tall, so you have a lot more muscle mass than, let's say, a shorter guy. But still, the amount of I think what happened was you took it seriously. Your mom is the type of person who's serious.
I'm so grateful for
Right?
it. Like I don't say it enough to her.
But really, if I said to your mom, you need this, she'd go out and get it for you. And I know not everybody can do that.
I'm very fortunate. I'm very
100%,
fortunate to have my
100%.
parents.
But, so knowing what you know now, if mom didn't prepare, you probably still would do it. Because you would have to go and do it yourself.
Yeah.
I tell guys, I'm like, look, Sunday afternoon should be your prep day for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
So if you go to the barbecue, grab the chicken breasts, make a bunch of chicken breasts, make some rice, make some veggies, boil them up, and just put them in Tupperware containers. It's really not that hard to do,
No.
but people don't do it.
You just
You want your
got to
Sunday off.
You just need 1 hour, not even
No, I know.
Take 1 hour.
1 hour of your
and just do
Sunday.
it instead of wanting to have your whole Sunday off.
Yeah,
And struggling
yeah.
the whole week.
But you ask guys you go, hey, guaranteed every single time. Young guy, let's say minor, midget, major bantam. What'd you have for breakfast? I didn't. Or
I hate breakfast with a passion.
you don't like it. But yeah, that's normal. But
Fasting.
these guys,
Yeah, that's why you told me to do it.
yeah, and you don't. As long as you catch up with it, like around 11 or 12 o'clock, and you're fine. But I'm like, some of these guys are like, they wake up late, and when you wake up late, I think your day's screwed.
gone, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
screwed.
that's true.
Right.
You just need to wake up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wake up and you're fine. That's what I've noticed. It's that first 5 minutes of waking up. You want to go straight back to bed.
Yeah,
You just wake up and you're full of energy.
100%. You know what? If you actually just get up, doesn't matter how tired you are, walk to the shower.
It's such a mental battle, though, of doing
It's a mental
that.
battle. It's a
And I
mental
heard
battle.
once you wake up and reset your alarm, it should take you about 3 hours that you should take before waking up. You know how you would wake
You're
up
losing 3
like you're
hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Say that again.
So it's like, when you wake up and you want 5 more minutes.
Yeah, so you hit the snooze
So you
button,
hit the
that's it.
snooze button,
Yeah.
and then you wake up 10 minutes later. Statistically, you should sleep for another 3 hours to regain all your energy.
Really? Yeah.
So apparently, it's really bad for you to.
I
snooze
feel
it.
my wife's got 7 alarms that go
Oh,
off.
I do. Same thing.
I'm
Like,
going,
it's-
Krista, you got 7 alarms on. What are you doing?
I make mine a nice beach, slow wake up.
I get-
know life is not like that, so it wakes me up. 'Cause I'm not thinking about that.
do you know that basic alarm? What is it like?
Yeah.
I get anxiety.
I know.
Have you ever had that?
I can't.
You
have
gotta
it.
have the ones that slowly, progressively,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend has.
But we're so subject these days to like you said, cell phones, computers, TVs in people's rooms. Your eyes are on that crap all the time. It doesn't matter. We're all like that. You have
I
a TV
hate
in
it,
your
but
room?
I do it.
Yeah, so do I.
I
I hate
but I do
it because I need to wind down. And when I come home, I'm like, Chris is like, hey, how are you not tired, right? But you catch that second wind. Sometimes you're like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I just got my second win.
That's what I feel like at night when I was before minor midget. I'm like, I'm wasting my whole. I can be up for another 3 hours.
I know.
Be up till 1 or 2, and then I just don't want to waste my night.
No, I know. We're this summer we worked from 7 a.m.
Oh, you guys were crazy.
till 9 o'clock, Monday to Thursday, and we'll never do that again. We're going to take at least a 2-hour break in the middle of the day and get go home, sleep, recharge, and come back.
What'd you guys end up doing? You told me you might go somewhere after.
You mean
After
go
everything
away,
was done.
going away?
Yeah. You guys never got to it? You didn't go anywhere?
No, worst. It's just listen, it's like you, right? You're as soon as the summer's done, you're right into Windsor's camp and you're going. And now you got to prove this. In business, you're like, okay, the summer's over, and you're like, okay, if we don't keep in contact with our customers, they're just going to kind of
They're
like
just gonna
fall
fall
off,
off.
right? It's not that they don't want to come back. I think they just kind of go,
Forget.
they get busy,
Yeah.
they get complacent. So you have to stay on top of it. And like I said, I'm I care about what I do.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Whatever my players do or our players do is a reflection of what we do.
You guys are the best trainers out there. Like, you care about everyone's hockey, like not even hockey, every sport. You go to sporting events.
just
Like,
as-
trainers don't do that. That's
not
what scouts
only-
are.
yeah, it's
You
not
guys are
only-
basically scouts.
Appreciate that.
Scouts and
Appreciate
trainers.
It's not only what the gym's not it is the number one thing for us to help you
Yeah.
guys with, but we want to
You guys, yeah.
make you feel like you're not at the gym.
Yeah.
Like the gym can get kind of boring.
Oh, you guys make it awesome.
but we
Yeah.
try to like make it so. That
You guys are so
guys-
personal. You have the music going. You always ask for song recommendations. It's
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
we just need a DJ in there now. We're set.
Yeah, I know.
Hire a DJ.
But yeah, I mean, if for us, it's like we're if you think about it, right? If you're following your clients and you're like, you give a shit about what they're doing.
Yeah.
at
You
the end
guys
of the
care.
day,
That's the end of the day. You guys
if
care.
you do good, Froggy,
You
we,
do
We
good.
do good.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. In our business is number one is the service, and you know what? I don't care if you get tired and you're a trainer and you can't fight through it, then that's on you, right? And I remember Mark Hunter saying to me, if a player comes back from a guy he's training and he's not that good, it's on me.
Yeah.
And I, you know what? Most of the time, I'm going to say that's true. Sometimes you get that guy where you're like, "Holy smokes, you sent me this."
Sometimes
guy?
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Like if
do anything.
if somebody sent me you, I'm going to look like a stud trainer. If somebody sent me a guy who had similar genetics but just hated working out,
Really bad attitude.
I'm not going to look like that guy no matter what.
Do you guys say no to people? Like, you see them and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Or do you guys
I'll
try
tell
your
you,
best with everyone?
Early in my career, it was like I had all the pro guys when we were training. They, and then I had to obviously go away to work. So you don't, you lose guys, and when you come back, you have to kind of rebuild. But I used to tell guys, I give them 3 strikes. First time's a verbal, second, because again, if you don't tell people you're serious,
They don't take you.
they don't take you seriously.
Oh,
right,
you guys knowing your stuff, everyone takes you guys serious.
right. So now, the only thing that's changed that I found is that this generation is a little bit different. And you've probably started to see it too. You're a pretty mature guy for your age. And, you see guys like always want to suck the nipple. Like, I'm not saying I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
Like they just need the bottle. They're like, oh, mom this, mom that, mom this. Or you know what? Oh, my God, I can't come make it in tonight or whatever. And I'm like, those are the guys that are going to struggle. There's the odd guy, and I'm going to say 1 in a zillion, that may be able to get away with it. But you were up there playing with those guys. It's like the best hockey in the world at your age. There's no
Everyone
better.
is the same. So,
Yeah.
like junior B, you
Yes.
see those guys that don't care. They just play hockey. You can tell. And there's some odd guys like Ryan Rubrick that
Yeah.
goes to the gym, does everything. You can tell. And then when you go to OHL, everyone's the same.
Yeah,
Everyone's the
yeah.
same. It's awesome. That's why I love
Yeah, we
when I
got
was down there.
we got a good club of guys. Like we've had a lot of guys drafted this year. We have a lot of guys signed, and we want to continue that path. But Carter, for us, man, you're one of the top guys that we have, and we think and believe in you. We think you're going to go to the highest level.
I appreciate
You're going to
that.
get your shot. Just got to be, obviously got to be patient. I know there's times when you're sitting there going, I could be playing there right now, but they know.
It's a game inside a game.
There's trades. There's all these other things that are going around that we don't even know in the background. But I think Bill Bowler really likes you. I think he's you guys have, I've heard you kind of make conversation with me about, and same with Jack Greenwell, who plays there too, and say, hey, Bowler really likes Froggy. Like he'll come out to skate and watch you skate at Cathy or whatever. And if they didn't believe, they wouldn't sign.
No.
And they got other things in their head, and you just got to worry about what you do every day,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to come home, I'm going to prepare, and I'm going to go to practice, come home, do my homework, and that's all you can control.
Yeah.
You can't control what anybody else is thinking. You drive yourself crazy. And I think Mace used to be like, you would always think, why is this way? Like he would drive himself off the wall.
Thinking about stuff that's not in your power.
Yeah.
That's what you have to let go. You can't control anything.
No.
If you can't control it, why worry about it?
Exactly.
No, so, but listen, buddy, we wish you the best of luck. We'll have you on here again another day when you make it, for sure. And
Switch that hat up. up.
Yeah.
Switch that. Yeah, well,
I just
yeah.
got this.
That's actually a sick
Frank,
hat.
that is a good hat.
Yeah. No, you're a good program over there. Duarte runs a good ship.
We'll get the OHL next time.
Oh, yeah.
I think you already got a
I'll
Spitz
bring
hat.
you guys one.
Yeah, bring us one for sure, buddy. But thanks, man, for the letting us interview you tonight. And
I appreciate it. It was
good
fun.
luck, buddy. Yeah, for sure, buddy. All right.
Fun.